Picture this. It's 4 a.m. in a quiet college town, the kind where nothing bad ever happens. Moscow, Idaho, a sleepy little place, population 26,000, where the last murder was back in 2015. Kids are out partying, studying, living their best lives at the University of Idaho. But on November 13th, 2022, something unthinkable happens. 4 students, Madison Mogan, Kaylee Goncalves, Zana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin, are brutally stabbed to death in their off-campus rental. And the guy they say did it, a criminology PhD student, someone who studied crime for a living. This is the story of Bryan Kohberger, and it's gonna chill you to the bone. Let's set the scene. It's Saturday night, November 12th, 2022. Moscow's buzzing with that college energy. Kaylee and Maddie, both 21 best friends since forever, are hitting up the Corner Club, a local bar. They're laughing, dancing, soaking up their last weeks as seniors. Meanwhile, Zana, 20, and her boyfriend Ethan, also 20, are at a Sigma Chi frat party just a short walk from the girls' rental at 1122 King Road. It's a 3-story house, 6 bedrooms packed with 5 roommates, Kaylee, Maddie, Zana, and 2 others, Dylan Mortensen and Bethany Funk. You know, the kind of place where pizza boxes pile up and everyone's always coming and going. By 1:45 a.m., Kaylee and Maddie are back home grabbing late-night grub from a food truck. Zana and Ethan roll in around the same time. The house quiets down. Dylan and Bethany, the other roommates, are home too, but they're not suspects. Cops rule them out early. Everyone's settling in, probably scrolling TikTok or crashing after a long night, but something's off. Someone's watching. Enter Bryan Kohberger, 28. A PhD student at Washington State University, just 8 miles away in Pullman. He's not your typical college kid. This guy's studying criminology, obsessed with the minds of killers. He's got a master's from DeSales University, where he once posted on Reddit asking ex-cons about their thoughts and emotions during crimes. Creepy, right? But it gets weirder. Kohberger's got a white Hyundai Elantra, and on this night cameras catch it circling the King Road house. Not once, not twice, but 4 times between 3:29 and 4:20 a.m. At 4:04, it's parked nearby. By 4:20, it's speeding away. What was he doing? Fast forward to 4 a.m. The house is dark. Everyone's asleep except Zana. She's awake, ordering DoorDash. A driver, a woman we'll call Jane, drops off the food around 4 a.m. She later tells cops she saw a guy near the house, tall, athletic, with bushy eyebrows. She's so sure it's Kohberger, she says she'll testify against him. That's a big deal, you know, because eyewitnesses in a case like this rare. Inside, it's chaos. Someone slips into the house through a sliding glass door. No forced entry, just silence. The coroner later says the victims were likely asleep when it started, but some fought back. Maddie and Kaylee, sharing a 3rd-floor bedroom, are stabbed multiple times with a large fixed-blade knife. Zana, on the 2nd floor, has defensive wounds, her hands bloodied from trying to stop the blade. Ethan, staying over with Zana, is last. He's asleep, carved up in a way that makes your stomach turn. The killer leaves a Ka-bar knife sheath on Maddie's bed, a critical mistake. It's got DNA, a single male profile. Dylan, one of the surviving roommates, wakes up to crying noises. She opens her door and freezes. A masked man, in black, tall, athletic, with those bushy eyebrows, walks right past her toward the sliding door. She's petrified, locks herself in her room, and doesn't call 911 until almost noon. Why the delay? Shock, fear, maybe intoxication. Cops don't blame her, but it's a detail that haunts the case. Moscow's in a panic. No suspect, no murder weapon, just fear. For 6 weeks, the town's on edge. Cops get thousands of tips, but one stands out, that white Elantra. They narrow it down to 22,000 fifth-gen models and Kohberger's car pings. Investigators dig deeper. They find his DNA on that knife sheath matched through genetic genealogy to trash from his parents' house in Pennsylvania. His phone data's damning too. 23 pings near the King Road house in the months before, plus searches for University of Idaho murders and Ted Bundy after the fact. Oh, and his Instagram, he followed Maddie Kaylee and Xana. None followed him back. By December 15th, Kohberger's driving cross-country with his dad to Pennsylvania for the holidays. Indiana cops pull him over twice for tailgating. Body cam shows him calm, even saying, "It's really sad what happened to them." Bold move for a guy who's about to be arrested. On December 30th, FBI SWAT storms his parents' house in Monroe County, Pennsylvania. They find him in the kitchen wearing gloves, stuffing trash into Ziploc bags. Suspicious much? Kohberger's charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of burglary. He's extradited to Idaho, held without bail. Prosecutors want the death penalty, citing the heinous nature of the crimes. His defense team fights back, claiming he was out hiking and stargazing that night, backed by cell phone data. But Judge Stephen Hippler shuts that down. No alibi witnesses, no dice. They also try an alternate perpetrator theory suggesting 4 other suspects, but the judge blocks it. Evidence piles up. Kohberger's Amazon history shows he bought a Ka bar knife and sheath in March 2022. His phone has photos of female students, some linked to the victims. And that DoorDash driver, her testimony's locked in. The trial's set for August 11th, 2025 in Boise, after a venue change from Latah County. Too much media buzz for a fair jury. But here's the bombshell. On July 1st, 2025, Kohberger takes a plea deal. He pleads guilty to all counts, dodging the death penalty for 4 consecutive life sentences, plus up to 10 years for burglary. No appeals. The Goncalves family is furious, saying they were blindsided, only notified by email. They call it a failure of justice, a rushed deal that robs them of answers. What drove Kohberger? No clear motive emerges. Some speculate his criminology obsession turned dark, like he was testing if he could pull off the perfect crime. His autism spectrum disorder and OCD, noted in court filings, paint a picture of a rigid, distracted guy who struggled socially. He clashed with female students at WSU, got fired as a teaching assistant for unprofessional behavior. His Reddit posts and searches for Ted Bundy hint at a fascination with killers. Was he studying them or becoming one? The victims' families are left with scars. Kaylee's dad, Steve Goncalves, talks about her fighting back, trapped by her bed's setup. Xana's mom, Karen Laramie, grieves the delays. The King Road house is demolished in 2023 despite family protests. A new docu-series, One Night in Idaho. The College Murders drops on Prime Video July 11, 2025, keeping the story alive. Moscow's still healing and questions linger. Did Kohberger act alone? Why those 4 kids, we may never know. This case is a gut punch. 4 young lives. Madison, Kaylee, Xana, Ethan, gone in a flash. A small town shattered. A suspect who studied crime now living it. If this hooked you, hit that subscribe button. We drop true crime every week, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's next.